welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here for another recap of Seeking Sister Wife. Yes, I know I did not put up last week's episode because I was on vacation and I was out living my life, and last week's episode was just okay. Alright, we winding down, y'all. I think it's only 2 more episodes left. We're on episode 12, okay? I think next week's episode gonna be a banger. So let's talk about episode 12. First, let's start off with Nick. Nick, now I know you're grown. I know you're grown, but I'm gonna need for you to never put on eye makeup. I know that's something that Danielle like, and you do it for theatrics, but no. I don't need for you to do that again. You're grown and it's your face, but baby, that took me for a loop. So, Nick, Jennifer, April, it's the night to propose to Danielle. 22-year-old Danielle, honey, they smitten with her. And they want her to be part of their lives. They want her to be a sister wife. Number 3. They look nice. Every one of them. April looked nice. Jennifer looked nice. Honey, baby, even Mac, Daddy, Mac, Pimp, Daddy, Mac, look at. I ain't even mad at you, Nick, with that little Pimp Daddy hat. Honey, but that eye makeup is a no for me. So they go downtown, what is that, Denver? It looks lovely. And they go to a clock tower. And honey, they pick up Danielle. Danielle was like, listen, this isn't like our usual outings, okay? They all spruced up. We going out. So she looks nice too. So they go, and honey, did y'all see them stairs going to that clock? I was like, Jennifer, be careful. Y'all couldn't do something on the first floor. You got that pregnant girl walking up them crooked stairs. I was like, child, don't fall, child. So they get to the top, honey. They got these rose petals. They got a little table. I said, y'all got the littlest table in the world for where the food gonna go? Because y'all know that's all I think about, child. So there's a bucket of champagne, and you know, here Danielle is looking a little confused, like what is happening. And here comes Nick, just stumbling over his words and I was like, Nick, just get it out. So Nick, he said his little spiel, and then he says, will you marry us? And so Jennifer and April was like, us. All of us, child, the whole family. See, we do things together. And of course, Danielle, she is shocked. She put on the ugly cry face. She was like, oh my God. It was so funny. Was it Jennifer or was it April? It was like, child, put the ring on her. Nick, go on, put the ring on her. Now I'm pregnant. I'm hungry. Put that ring on her finger so we can go. So Nick, he puts the ring on her finger. Cute ring. Their wedding rings are their birthstones. So I thought that was really good. Side note, Danielle got some pretty hands. Did y'all see Danielle's hands? They're real pretty. So now we have Danielle accepted the proposal of those 3, and now she's going to be a sister wife. Question mark. Is she? Because, honey, next week she may have second thoughts. Congratulations, you guys. Let's move on. Ciao, baby. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Danielle, Garrick, and Bert, honey. Bert been sitting in the cut. See, Bert has been in Brazil thinking about things. Now, we know she didn't care for Leah. We know she didn't want Leah no parts of this family. She didn't want Leah no parts of Garrett. She said, it ain't gonna be no brown sugar next to my man. I'm gonna make sure of it. So she pouted and she pouted and she pouted all the way from Brazil. Now, as we know, there has been delays in her coming over to the United States. You know, she's been dragging her feet. Her mom and her mom's illnesses and her doubts, all this played a role in her not coming over to Colorado. So, of course, Danielle and Garrett had to go to her. And boy, was she happy. Smiling, kissy kissy, huggy huggy, got her a little boom boom, and then she's like, I'm ready. See, I'm ready to lay it down. See, in order for all this to work out, it's by what I say. Bert had this all planned out. So Bert and Danielle are talking. And Bert was like, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. I don't want nobody else in this family. I don't want y'all dating. I don't want another girlfriend. I don't want another wife. See, it's me. It's just me. It ain't going to be no other courting. So Danielle is taken back by this. Danielle is like, where did this come from? See, the reason why he was out there courting another wife is because you were dragging your feet. See, we didn't think that you was going to come over to Colorado, to the United States, so we looked elsewhere. And by the way, you were cool with it. So why now? Why now? Danielle said, I'm all confused. Danielle, she done got to crying, snot flying. They were talking about jealousy, bringing someone else into the relationship. You know, who felt loved, who didn't feel loved. Meanwhile, Bert is standing there in your face, looking at you like, I got you. And I'm also going to have Garrett too. So here's Danielle wiping away those tears, talking about, we're going to have to talk to Garrett about this situation. I just don't know where things are going. I'm just so confused. Girl, what you confused about? And there's some people on the internet who actually thought that Danielle was out here scheming and plotting like she's this big mastermind. Wrong. Wrong. Bert had intentions. Bert knew what she was doing, and guess what? She got by with it. She got everything that she wanted. So it's time to talk to Garrett. And Danielle said, listen, Bert is having these thoughts. She don't want another person into our life. She don't want another person involved. What's up? Because see, Bert made it seem like that Garrett knew all this. Bert said, I had a conversation with Garrett, and Garrett said that ain't gonna be no more courting or bringing in other people. Danielle was like, where was I at when all this was going on? Because see, that's not what was told to me or what me and Garrett talked about. Danielle used the word miscommunication. Is that what it is? Or maybe Garrett was telling Bert what she wanted to hear. Maybe Garrett was all aboard this whole time with not bringing someone in, especially if it would hurt Bert. See, maybe Danielle, you need to think about this. Maybe Garrett can't wait to bring Bert over to the United States. And where will you be? What if Bert woke up one morning and said, I don't want Danielle here. Let me whisper something sweet in your ear. Did you think about that, Danielle? I mean, let's hope not. But let's just say it. I mean, she's standing in front of your face with that evil look. So then it's time for Garrett to go over there. Consoling her, rubbing her, kissing her. And here comes the waterworks from Bert. See, there's Lee. You brought Lee in, and I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel special. I didn't feel it. No more. No more. Don't bring anyone else in. No more. Just me. Me. You over there in Colorado. I'm over here in Brazil woman, especially somebody as beautiful and brown sugar as Lee, I ain't having it. And I'm going to get to the bottom of it. So here's Garrick. Of course not. Of course. Of course. Don't worry about it. We're not bringing anybody else in. It's just me, you, and what's your name? What's your name? Danielle. Yeah, we going to be a family. No more courting. No more girlfriends. You the only one. Meanwhile, Danielle standing over there pale in the face. Looking like what is happening. Talking about she don't want to believe Bert had ulterior motives. Danielle, born tonight, not last night. Come on, girl, wake up. So, Bert got her way. They're sitting at the table. So, they still undecided on if Bert is going to come over to the United States. Of course she's going to come over now because now she knows that you and Garrick are not looking for another woman. So, of course, now she's coming over. And she was like, yes, I'm getting on that plane, honey. Let's book a ticket. Now, see, word on the curb is, I don't know if it's true. It might be internet lies. That Bert done got her another man. All this. And Bert got her another man. Let's move on, y'all. I got pizza in the oven. Let me check it. Child, let's talk about Steve and Brenda. This wasn't awkward at all. You want to talk about an awkward scene. We have Steve with his 18-year-old son showing him the new house. Kitchen nice, y'all. Kitchen real nice. So he's showing around the house and, you know, he's talking about, you know, how he feeling about bringing in April, 21-year-old April. Mind you, his son is 18. Unreal. Just unbelievable. So the son said, listen, I'm cool with it. Okay, I'm fine with it, whatever. Now at this point, the son didn't know how old April was. But Steve says that he's been in contact with his daughter. And him and his daughter's relationship is better than ever. She don't necessarily accept or agree with the lifestyle, but she is communicating better with her father. Because, honey, we remember that daughter gave him a tongue lashing, honey. Honey, she gave him a tongue lashing so bad he was in tears. Honey, how your daughter gonna make you cry? So he's happy about that. And here walks in Brenda and her daughter. Let me stop. Here walks in Brenda and April. Now, this is the first time the son and April done met. And, honey, when I tell you, awkward. The son was like, how you doing? April was like, 21. Honey, she acted like she was 14. She's giggling. She's nervous. It's awkward. Okay, girl, I get it. I get it. But, honey, you're going to have to put a little bass in your voice. So she's giggling, she's nervous, she don't know what to say. This may possibly be her stepson. Oh, 18-year-old. It just sounds foolish and convoluted. How that boy supposed to act around a girl that's 3 years younger than him that's dating his dad? Who's to say that one day she may look at the son walking around the house with no shirt on and be like, stepson looking kind of cute. See, y'all don't be thinking about all this. See, y'all need to be watching some Lifetime movies. So, child, Brenda and April laughed, and then the boy's like, how old is she? And then Steve was like 21, and he was like, 21? He was like, oh, Lord. Child, that's all I got for them. Let's move on. Let's talk about TMI. I should have been saying that from the beginning. Taryn, Marcus, and India, honey. Ooh. Marcus, you was out all night. Now, Marcus, what's wrong with you? You know better than to be out all night. Did y'all see how Marcus came into that house? Taryn and India sat down. Did y'all see how India was sitting? India was like this. I'm just waiting. Is that him pulling up? Let me... Oh. You just wait till he walks. Wait till he darkened that doorway. Here come Marcus all shaky. I was like, why you shaking now, Marcus? Honey, Marcus couldn't even get the key ring, the keys on the key ring. He was like, yeah. The first thing Marcus said was, I ain't do nothing. Marcus said, I ain't do nothing with that woman. I didn't do a daggone thing. Don't come at me with that. I did nothing wrong. Marcus, did you have time to go to Waffle House? You think I don't know what that cup is? Honey, that's Waffle House all day. What did you get, Marcus? See, I like the, what is it called? The meat platter. See, you get a choice of meat. Usually I get bacon or country ham, scrambled hard eggs, okay, a waffle, and some hash browns. Let me tell y'all something. And a drink. All that for $7. It's banging. Marcus, what did you get? That good old Waffle House. So he said, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing, okay? So India said, where have you been? Oh, so you've been out all night with Janae. He said, I fell asleep. Oh, you fell asleep. I was like, Marcus. You fell asleep. India said, that excuse is not good enough. You ain't got time to tell us where you're at. We worried. Location, location, location. I didn't know where your location is. Marcus said, you know where the location is. She said, I do not. He said, you do too. I do not. You do too. You knew where my location was. And she said, look, it didn't pick up. Obviously, something is wrong. He said, well, maybe it's something wrong with your phone. And she said, well, something wrong with my phone. That means I didn't get your location, dumbass. Meanwhile, Taryn is just like, we need better communication. Because, see, I got the location. See, I knew where he was. I mean, India, you did not, you know. I don't know what to do. Marcus said, Taryn knew where I was at. And she was like, what they got to do with me? India said, you think I'm going to go in there in the middle of the night and shake her and be like, where I'm at? Where I'm at? Boy, that tripped me out. I got tickled at that. Marcus, of course, had to apologize because he said that he understood why both women were upset with him and it was unacceptable. I mean, you know, you fell asleep. Okay, fine. You know, you fell asleep. So here he is getting up. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And everything was good. Now let's talk about Bena, honey. We haven't seen or heard from Bena in a minute. India is not feeling Bena. She can't take her seriously. I said, Ooh. And things have not been going well between Bena and Marcus. It's been some communication issues. They haven't been on the same page. So here's Marcus flying her in. Now, Marcus just flying everybody in. Marcus, I'm still waiting for my plane ticket to Miami to see the Dolphins. I mean, you flying everybody else in. So here is Bena, honey. Bena is done, okay? Bena she is so pretty to me. She has this unique kind of style. I'm like, you better go ahead. So they go to a coffee shop. And it has been known that Marcus is a little controlling. Now, see, this is what I don't understand. If Bena, she haven't said that she wanted to be part of this plural relationship. She haven't said that. I guess she's still marinating on it. Because Marcus like to use that word, marinate. And so one night, Bena was out. Marcus was like, where are you going? Bena said, out. Well, Marcus didn't like that answer, so he asked her again. I said, where are you going? And so Bena said, out. Honey, that flew all over Marcus. Marcus feels like that if he asks Bena where she's at, she should tell him. It's about a respect thing. This is my thing. Why? Why should she tell you? She have not agreed to any of this that we have seen. Now, I'm sure it may be behind the scenes, edited, it may be, but from what we have seen, Bena have not agreed to your lifestyle. In fact, be with you or anything. So, why should she tell you where she's at? Bena said that he's a little bit controlling. That she didn't like the way he came at her. And he's not going to do that. You know, he was off base in doing that. And he did apologize for it. But then Marcus says, when I need you to be accessible, you need to be accessible. And I'm like, now as viewers, what are we missing here? We haven't seen Bena in weeks. We haven't heard. It was all about Janae, and now you're saying these things about her being accessible. Have she or have she not agreed to be part of his lifestyle? Obviously, India don't want her to be part of this lifestyle. India don't care for Bena. But then I can see it on the other hand. Why, Bena, are you accepting these flights if you're not at least putting in at least, I don't know, 80% of being included in this family? He's flying you here, flying you there. Then you don't need to accept them, Bena. I'm sorry. Then you don't need to be accepting these flights. Let it be known, okay? It's been long enough. Either you're in it or you're not. Honey, I got a feeling Bena ain't in it, y'all. I just have that feeling. And if she does want to be part of it, India's going to have a problem with it. So, anyway, y'all, that's it. What did y'all think about this week's Seeking Sister Wife? Y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends,